It doesn't take a lot of effort to spend money. However, making money is a whole other story. Not only does it take a lot of time and effort, but it also requires a lot of smart investments. Fortunately for you, today we're talking about 4 simple ways for you to grow your investments. Keeping track of where all your money is going. This sounds like a no-brainer, but trust us, it's a bit harder to do than one would think. The best way to save and gain more control over your investments is to create a budget and to keep track of your money. When we say you need to create a budget, we mean you need to map out all of your finances. This means including all your spendings from groceries to income taxes, and even how much you're setting aside for savings. Once you have your budget down, you need to work on a money tracker to ensure you're spending within your limits. In your money tracker, you're going to include everything from how much you earn, include all the different sources your money is coming from, and how much you're spending. This is super important, as it will help you see if your income and spending are aligning. It'll also help you figure out if you're overspending and where all that extra money is going. Budgeting helps you figure out how much money you'll need, while tracking helps you figure out how much you're actually spending. Saving also becomes a whole lot easier if you track all of your savings, spendings, and investments. Depending on your preferences, you can either get a separate diary or journal to manually keep track of everything, or you could simply keep track of everything digitally. For the latter, there are 2 ways you can go about keeping track of your finances. Your first option is to use an Excel sheet. Quite a lot of people use MS Excel or Google Sheets to track all their incoming and outgoing money. Both these applications have built-in functions that allow you to do various calculations. Plus, the rows and columns make it easier to keep track of information. You can also use charts and graphs if you want a visual representation of your finances. Your second option is to use a finance management application. This may be the easiest way to keep track of your money, as the app is specifically designed to do all the work for you. All you have to do is insert the values, and the app does all the calculations and the tracking for you. Some apps even allow you to sync your bank account information, making the whole process even more simple. Although, we'd suggest you're a bit careful with the information you provide to the app. Be sure to read all the terms and conditions before providing any personal information. You can pick whichever method you want, but the important part is to keep track. Goals will be harder to achieve if you don't keep track of where your money is going. It will also make saving a lot harder. You even run the risk of overspending or wasting money from your investments/savings. Treat your savings like an expense. We all know that saving money is a lot harder than spending money. But don't worry too much. We're here to help make saving easier for you. Most people wait to pay all their bills and other expenses and then put aside whatever is remaining for their savings. To be frank, this really doesn't help. You end up spending more and are only left with a small, measly amount to put into your savings. So, how do you ensure you have enough money for your expenditure while also putting away an adequate amount into your savings? Well, we'll let you in on a little secret. To ensure you're saving enough, you need to treat your savings as an expense. Let us clarify a little. If you act like your savings are a bill you need to pay, savings become a whole lot simpler. When you treat your savings as something you'd put aside from your leftover money, it automatically lowers the priority of actually saving money. By treating it as a bill you need to pay, it becomes a higher priority. It's something that you need to do rather than spending optional or secondary. We've put together a simple 3-step guide that can help you treat your savings as an expense. Step 1. Set a predetermined amount of savings. When you're working on your budget, allocate a certain amount for your savings, just like you would put a specific amount for your traveling expenses and your grocery bills. Do the same for your savings. Step 2. Automate the savings. This one is a super efficient method to ensure the allocated amount goes into your savings account and that you don't spend it on ordering food or clothes online. If you have a separate saving amount, you can schedule monthly transfers for the specified amount so that as soon as you receive your salary, the saving amount is automatically transferred. This way, you won't have to get tempted to spend the amount on anything else. Step 3. Reassess your saving plan. Once you're a bit comfortable with this saving method, you can think about reevaluating the specified saving amount. Think about if you can afford to increase the saving amount a little. You can always add more from the end of the year or holiday bonuses. Trust us, when we say that life becomes a whole lot easier once you gain a better sense of control over your finances. Working a little extra on the side. If you want to earn a little extra, you can always try picking up a little extra work. Before you sign up for a part-time gig, take a closer look at your daily schedule. Make sure you have enough time and energy to put in the extra working hours. There's no point in exhausting yourself mentally and physically over a few extra dollars. Once you know for sure that you have some time to spare, you can consider looking into a side gig. If your current full-time job offers ways through which you can make extra money, then this is a great option to consider. You can take up extra working hours depending on your availability to make some extra cash. Another way to go about making extra cash is by picking up a part-time job. This could mean working a few hours on weekends. Perhaps a better alternative is to look for work-from-home jobs. These usually offer more flexibility in terms of working hours and also save you from additional traveling expenses. Depending on your skills, you can find a variety of freelance work. If you have a side hobby such as photography, painting, or writing, you can always use it to make some extra money. Since you're making a little extra money on the side, it'll help you allocate a greater amount to your savings. Finding a residual income stream. Another effective way of growing your savings is by establishing a residual income. For those unaware of the term, residual income refers to the income one received after completing an income-generating investment. For example, royalties, real estate income, rent, interest, and dividend incomes are all forms of residual income. You will need to establish a certain amount initially to establish the source of your residual income. But once you have a stable stream of residual income, saving money becomes easier. Think about it this way. When you work, you're reliant on the number of hours you put in to receive your income. The more hours you put in, the more money you receive. However, with residual income, you only have to put in a little extra effort at the beginning. But once you've made all the payments and the process is completed, you'll have a set of income coming to you without you having to put in additional hours. This way, you can utilize the additional time you have to either develop more money-making strategies or just use the time to relax a little. You can consider investing in real estate or thinking about finding dividend-paying investments. Recently, the crypto market is also a major site that's on the radar of many investors. There's a wide variety of cryptocurrencies you could think about investing in. Regardless of whatever you choose, we'd suggest doing adequate research beforehand. Make sure you're well informed about the venture that you're about to invest in. Plus, also look at your own income and whether you'll be able to cover all the initial costs or not. You do not want to start investing and then realize midway through that you can no longer handle the remaining payments. Explore all your residual income options. You can go through the pros and cons of each before deciding for the best option for you. If you make the right choices and are wise with your money, saving money becomes easier. Following our guidelines can really help you establish more control over your spendings and savings. Start small by making your spending budget and keeping track of where all your money is going. Then, slowly allow your money to grow by looking for alternative ways of making and investing your money. What methods do you use to help save money? Let us know in the comments below.